So what are we doing with the money?
We already spent the money.
Yeah, we did already spend the money. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm giving you my last grocery haul for the month of February, which is a freezer pantry challenge in which we try to spend as very little money as possible. This is just gonna look so repetitive, and I'm gonna go through it really, really fast because I know you guys don't care that much. 3 little bags of oranges, 1 big bag of oranges, 1 bag of apples, although I thought I asked for 2. I sent Judah, this is like his 2nd time driving alone. He went to get a prescription for me earlier today, and him and Belle went and got groceries. They felt so grown. They took my list and they bought food, man. Guys, I have entered a new phase of parenting and it's amazing. I got 6 bundles of bananas, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Got 1 bag of apples, like I said, a bag of avocados, somebody slurping their smoothie. Wow. They've been making smoothies with frozen, with some of these bananas already. This cottage cheese, they love to put cottage cheese, my kids do, in their smoothies. And milk and frozen strawberries. And then, okay, we got sour cream and cottage cheese, this 1 block of cheese, we were totally out of cheese, and then these eggs. I learned a while ago from Trim Healthy Mama, which is the diet I mostly follow. A good trick when you don't have protein powder is to put low-fat cottage cheese in your smoothie when you want protein. It's a great way to get protein. So we use high-fat cottage cheese in our smoothies too. And the kids love it that way. They got used to it and they just like cottage cheese in their smoothies. So that's what that's about. Anyway, if you haven't tried it, it might be worth a try. It does make it thicker and creamier. I personally like it better with low fat because I think the high fat makes it a little too creamy. Anyway, oh, did I mention we got 4 milks? Of course we got 4 milks. That's what we use every month. So I'm gonna show you our pantry and freezers and how well we've done cleaning them out. I think you'll be impressed with how much I've cleaned things. Maybe you won't be. Let me show you one thing I'm doing for our pantry challenge. We have a week left and we don't have much of our regular breakfast food, so I'm making tons and tons of pancakes at once, very simply. It's a huge recipe, guys, but let me give it to you, and I've done it 4 times now and I think I'm gonna do it a 5th. So 4 eggs, I whisk them up in here till they're kind of fluffy. 4 cups of flour, I use whole wheat flour, and then 3 cups of milk, 4 tablespoons of coconut sugar, and then I use 1/3 cup of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 8 tablespoons or half a cup of coconut oil. And I've just run out with my 4th batch, so I use butter. So I'm gonna try butter, and I melted it and then whip it all together. So that makes 2 large trays here. And I just spread it out on the parchment paper. We've already eaten 1 of them. Micah's getting his breakfast. So we're eating 1 today, then this is a day for us. We've got 1 in the oven, 1 in the mixer, 1 in the mixer, and then I'll do 1 more. And we can keep these in the fridge and use them. We have plenty of syrup and we had all the ingredients. So this will be breakfast for 5. Maybe we'll have leftovers enough for a 6th a day, and maybe we can get creative with toppings. We have peanut butter, we have powdered sugar to make it fun. But yeah, pantry challenges aren't bad when you get pancakes every day, right?
Yep.
By the way, I cook it at 350, or I bake it at 350 for, how long? I keep doing that. I keep fogging my camera. I do it about 20 minutes, I guess.
What kind of logic is that? It's in the oven. Pancake in the oven. You gotta find a new name for these things.
They're oven cakes.
Oven cakes, yeah.
Here's the final result bagged up. Each tray is in 1 bag, and you can freeze these well. I've frozen them cooked in a pan many times. It's really great if they're toaster size. You can stick them in the toaster if you like them a little crispy and warmed, otherwise the microwave for soft and warmed. And we will eat these this week. If we find we're having leftover, we can stick them in the freezer. But we'll just stick them in the fridge for now. Okay, I showed you that grocery haul. Now it's a couple days later, so that food is, some of it's been eaten already. It's already put away, and I'm gonna just give you a real quick rundown of what my pantry and freezers look like. after a month of eating out of them. We still have one more week, but I'm gonna tell you exactly what we'll be eating, at least for breakfast and lunch for those times. And so first, take a look at this picture of my pantry on day 1. This is what it looked like, and this is how crazy full it was. All right, and here is the end of it. We have really cleared off shelves a lot. We just have a few tortillas left, enough for one lunch. It is looking nice and empty down here. And yeah, I'm really happy with what we did here. We have a couple things left, but I've talked to you guys about them before, and I have a good plan for them. Otherwise, yeah, we cleaned it out. My fridge right now is just full of some leftovers, so that's nothing really. We have cleaned out most of the drawer here, just a few items left. We made a broccoli salad, and we had leftover dressing, so I do have some leftover lettuce, and we're just gonna make that up with bacon, just like we would a broccoli salad with that. Some of you asked what we do for the broccoli salad. It's like broccoli with a little red onion, cheese, bacon bits. The dressing is equal parts mayonnaise, yogurt, and then we put a little sweetener in it. Just sweetener to taste. I don't even use that much, and it's a really good salad. We like that. So I think it'll be good with the lettuce. We'll try it out. I think it sounds like a good summer salad like you'd bring to a potluck at church. I'm about summer food right now. It's about time. All right, now be impressed with my freezer down here. It is so clean. I cleaned it a lot and found all the ice packs we have. This is some unga for ugali. If you're Kenyan, you'll know what that is. And then this is my yeast. I like to keep my yeast in the freezer, and that's my cans of beans and stuff. There's a little lunch meat left, a little breast milk. I think I'm gonna start leaving my frozen fruit in here since we use it so often and we just use partial bags instead of keeping like the ends of bags of meat or the ends of bags of vegetables. I'm gonna keep that outside in my other freezer and just keep all my frozen fruit in here, and I think it'll work a little better. This is just some egg roll wraps that we use to make samosas around the holidays, so we just keep those around. But yeah, we did a great job in here. We found like random popsicles, a little bit of frozen foods that we have just a little left of, several half bags of vegetables, all kinds of weird things, and we just ate it all up this last week. For our outside shelf, we have a bunch of napkins up there, and we've eaten 2 bags of that whole wheat flour by making all the pancakes and the bread we've been making. We have some crackers left, 1 box of noodles, that'll do nothing here. Little pork rinds, and we are about done with everything. There's 1 toilet paper left. Definitely gonna need that soon. All our bathrooms are stocked with toilet paper fully though, so we'll make it through the week just fine. This is our meat freezer. Really nothing different here. You can't tell what we've taken out, but we obviously have plenty of that. This freezer, we have a few chicken breasts left back there. Okay, here's my chicken breasts. They were hidden, and there's a loaf of bread and a little loaf of bread back there. But a friend of ours gave us some bacon, a whole box of it. They were given it and they had too much, and it's so awesome that they thought of us. We love it. So I'm always amazed at how the Lord provides for us to feed our large family. And a lot of times it's with money to buy the groceries we need, and sometimes it's just with the food itself. And this huge box of bacon was such a treat. My kids were super excited about it. Somebody's opening the garage. This is one lone little fish fillet I found in that inside freezer. This is where I usually keep my fish, so I'm gonna put it in there so we can eat it. Looks like a piece of cod, but we'll eat it next time. We have fish. We have eaten quite a bit of these vegetables, but it was nice and deep, so I pulled them forward so we can see what we've got more. And then there is still a little pork, so I imagine we'll be making some dinners with that. This we've eaten down a little bit, but not much, just vegetables, but that's great. And here's all those pancakes I made today. And we've eaten quite a bit of the yogurt too. We are out of all of our regular breakfast stuff, so we are planning to use those pancakes for breakfast most days. We have some stuff for smoothies. We could still make that. We have some bananas and frozen fruit.
Eggs and bacon.
Eggs and bacon. So that'll be a breakfast. So, but the pancakes will be the backup every day if we're not making eggs and bacon or smoothies. And we got plenty of maple syrup, so that worked out really well. For lunches, we do have some block cheese that we bought, and then we have some lunch meat left. I have made some bread this week, but I used up a lot of our honey that was left. Actually, someone had given us some raw honey, so I tucked some of it away. That raw honey is good. We're not using that for bread. But we used up all our other honey, and that's how I make that bread. So I found a recipe that I make bread in the Dutch oven with whole wheat flour. So I'm gonna work on that and try to make bread every day. That'll be lunch after we finish off those tortillas. So it's gonna be a little repetitive this week, but it's actually really good. Homemade bread, and we have peanut butter and jelly left, so we'll have sandwiches and whatever. We'll have plenty of stuff. What else? Dinners. For dinners, I'm not quite sure yet, but we do have plenty of meat, and we're just determined to make it work, what we have. So I think tonight or tomorrow night, Solo and I are gonna just meal prep, and we'll show you, if we're able to make a video of that, we'll show you that video later this week, at the end of the week probably. And so you can, if you wanna see what dinners we come up with out of this, we'll post that. Solo, do you have ideas for meals?
No, I don't, but when I look at it, when I look at the stuff, I think I'll come up. I grew up where if you have rice, you have flour, and you have meat or any greens.
You have everything.
You have everything. You got food. You can come up with something.
And
so.
we do have that. And we have beans too. I would love to eat beans a lot, but...
Oh, we could... no, some people beans mess them up.
They won't eat...
Some people love beans, but beans don't love them.
We may get one meal of beans out of there. And if we do buy anything, it'll be cilantro only. Just because it makes everything better. Yeah. So otherwise, we did really good. Because of the... I told you about the cashback rewards we get. So because of that, we probably would have spent about $550 this month, but instead we spent about $300. Our regular budget for our family of, how big is our family? 12, with 11 of us eating, is $1,300 a month, so we saved $1,000.
What do you think about that, Mr. Seth?
We saved $1,000.
What do you think about that?
Awesome.
Yeah? Is he really looking at the camera or himself? Yeah?
I think he's looking at himself. So what are we doing with the money?
We already spent the money.
Yeah, we did already spend the money. So this time we decided to
help a couple students.
Help a couple students we know really well. We paid their school, or helped pay their school fees for the semester. So that was really exciting, a blessing to be able to do that. And it makes it all worth it. Yeah. Guys, I didn't eat dark chocolate this month, but I still found some things that make me happy. I did peanut butter with sweetener in it a couple times. I missed dark chocolate, but it was worth it. It was worth it, right? So one day, one of our kids had found that we have almond bark, because we've been uncovering things in our pantry, and we had almond bark. So this child was asking if we have pretzels so they could make almond bark pretzels, and we didn't. And this child's like, Pantry Challenge month. Oh, when is it over? I'm just grumbling about it. And so I realized that we hadn't told them what we were going to do with the money. And so I told the kids what we were going to do with the money, and their attitudes changed completely. They're like, oh, that's totally worth it. And they haven't suffered at all. But you know, sometimes when you don't have your regular things, like my chocolate, you can be a little like grumpy about it. But when you know what your cause is, what you're doing it for, it makes it a lot easier to do. And so after that, everybody's attitudes are like, this is awesome, yay, we can do this. And they're being very creative. They've eaten banana ice cream a lot, and they've eaten, I mean, they're eating pancakes that's special around here. It's a good deal, the Pantry Challenge around here for them. At least this month, it was a really good deal. So yeah, anyway, that's it. That's our update, our final update. In March, we're excited to just buy what we need again, and we are not anticipating our grocery budget to be any higher than normal, because we have our basic staples, a lot of them, and we have a lot of our meat. We'll have to buy a lot of chicken, but it shouldn't affect our grocery bill. It might be we spend all of it, but it shouldn't affect it much beyond that. So thank you guys so much for following along on this Pantry Challenge. I know a lot of you have been inspired to just look a little deeper in you've told me that, and to look a little deeper in your pantries and your freezers and your fridge and use what you've got. And so that's awesome. I love to hear those stories. Hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.